Sling's coming at you. This week I got a lot of stuff I want to show. I have some customs I've been working on, some stands I've made, some background and prop stuff I've collected. But before I do any of that, something I've been wanting to show for a while now is picture taking. Like when you post pictures up on the Facebook groups and everything, there's certain things, like little things here and there, that I think you can do that it's real simple. It's not Photoshop or anything like that. It is adjusting the picture, but it's not like, you know, anything that's Photoshop for guys that don't like that. I personally don't really use Photoshop, but I do like some of the shots that are produced. Like Mad Lion does awesome work with Photoshop. There's a couple other guys out there. Now a lot of people are using that iPad or iPhone app that is like a comic app, which is really cool. I like that. But these are little things that you can do. And here I have some pictures. These are like, right here, 3 pictures I've taken. And this is when I first started posting on Facebook. So these are like some of my worst work. I mean, you can see my finger down in here, and it's blurry, and it's just not really crisp looking. So real easy, what you can do is when you click on the photo here, and I'm going to go through this step by step because I know I'm going to get questions about it. This is just in Windows Photo Gallery, and right here it says Fix. So you just go there, click on Fix, and then you get these options here. You get the exposure, color, crop, red eye, auto adjust, all that. And what I usually do, and I do this with a lot of my pictures, is I'll move the contrast, so make it darker, and it brings out more of the detail. Let me put this back down. And then, you know, I could adjust the color if I want, make it cooler. It's more blue, more red. You know, it all depends on what picture it is. Tint makes it either greener or pinker, I guess you could say. And then this just goes from black to white. And then cropping the picture. I mean, I see so many shots that have potential just to be really good, but they're just, you know, the fingers are showing, or a stand showing, or a kitchen sink is showing. I don't know, just crop the picture, you know. So here I'm gonna just move this over, and like that, move it up a little bit, get my finger out of there, and probably bring this down just to get more of the shot just on the 2 characters. Then you hit apply, and there it is. I think the picture just automatically came out a lot nicer. You see what's going on still. You don't have all that empty space. It's more crispy because of the contrast adjust. So not really Photoshop, but it is altering the picture, but I think it in a good way. I mean, this is a good way to alter it. Now you can also use the settings on your camera to alter it too. You know, adjusting the exposure on your camera, and you know, if you have a close-up setting, I forgot what it's called, micro, macro, whatever it's called. Anyways, so yeah, those are all little things you can do just to make the picture that much nicer. Making some flag stands. These are locate flags. You know, use them for like marking the water and the sewer pipe and stuff like that. You'll see these in your grass sometimes, or around neighborhoods. You know, just marking lines. So really thin wire, but still sturdy. But you can bend this so easy with your hand. I'll show you. This is all one-handed. And yes, I'm doing this in my bathroom. I always do my arts and crafts in my bathroom. So there it is, easy to bend. Put another bend in it up here just to show you how easy. There you go. Now I got the start of a doubler, which is one of these. I just made this one. This is like a test run of it, and that's all hand. Sometimes I bend it with pliers, but mostly it's just all hand. I use that. And then I'm making different shapes too. Instead of the round, I'm trying triangles. See how sturdy those are. These round are kind of not really round. That one is. And each one of these is all by hand, no tool at all. So the only time I use a tool is at the very end of it, and I'll just, you know, grab it and turn it with this. You know, I was watching one of the Stash Bins updates, and he was showing his stands and stuff, and it just got me wanting to make some more. I made these a long time ago. Right after I saw JR stands, I grabbed some of the locate flags and I made them. I took that video down a while ago though. It was actually my behind the scenes video when I had one of Advocate's contests that I entered. Configure uses this also. He saw that video before I took it down, and he's been using it. So yeah, and it's free. I mean, when the locates are done, you know, don't go picking these out of the yard until the job's done. But once the job's done, just go out there and grab these, you know, and they're free and easy. You know, you might have to wipe them off with a rag or something, but that's about it. Also, the flags that come off of the wires, they're like this vinyl material, kind of like rubbery, and I think they'll make a good cape. So I'm going to try to make this into a Batman cape. You'll probably see it in a video to come or in some pictures or something. Yeah, I think that'll make a good cape. Here I was just doing a display with the different suited Spider-Man. I have just a few of them, and the reason I did it like this is because I want to take that head sculpt, that's the Battle Armor Spider-Man, and swap it with one of these three. Here I got a Fearsome Foes, Sinister 6, I believe. Yeah, Sinister 6, and McFarlane / Campbell Spider-Man. Everybody calls that a McFarlane Spider-Man, but it is off the artwork of Campbell. But I'm just going to keep saying McFarlane because that's what everybody knows it as. But anyways, I think that this one is the best head sculpt out of them all. Let me see if I move the light a little. Yeah. Yeah, that's just my favorite head sculpt. I've had that figure for a while now. I think I got it from Amazon for like $6 shipped. I've had this for like 6 months, I think. I just never cracked it open. And then I was talking with Raw Body over on the A.C.B.A. page, the Facebook page, and you know, just talking about doing head swaps and everything, and just gave me the itch to open it, so I did. And it is a really cool figure. I really like it a lot. You know, it's got a gimmick here and stuff. That's why there's a hole in the arm. Where is it? Yeah, right there. And it's these things, they go shooting. I don't know, it's some weird ass thing. You could put that on his back. But anyways, I think it's a really cool figure. Lots of good articulation on it. The only thing it's really missing is a wrist swivel and a calf swivel. But other than that, it's really cool. But the head is what I'm looking for. So I'm still trying to figure out which body I want to put it on. I have doubles and triples of all these figures, so I don't mind swapping heads. I think it would look really good on that figure. Which this figure is exactly, the McFarlane is exactly the same as the Fearsome Foes, just a different head. So I don't even know why I'm really using that. Some other ones that I do have, let me see what I got. I got like the Urban Legends one, but I don't like how all the lines are painted on. The articulation on this figure is really great though. Really good figure. And then of course the Marvel Legends, and this isn't the Stan Lee version, this is just the Sentinel series that I repainted. I just painted it blue. Real easy to do. That way I don't have to keep pulling out that Stan Lee one and messing it up. And I mean, there's more. I got more somewhere else, but yeah, I think I'm going to take that and put it on the Fearsome Foes, because I don't like that head, really. I don't like how close the lines are. I like the eyes on that head a lot, but I don't like the lines on his mask. Or I might try it on the Sin 6. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And more about the stands, too. So there's one of those double stands. This one would have worked better, because the way, see this second bend I have here? I don't have it in that one, so I kind of had to use the wall to hold them both up too. But that's just in his hole, or foot peg, and then this one's up in his booty, and also being held by the leg too, supported by the leg. That triangle one worked really well, a lot better than I thought it was going to, and I just got that up in his back. So yeah, I think that worked out pretty good, all those stands. You know, and like I said, I have made these before. I've never made one of these, but I've made plenty of these before. But watching Stash Bin's video really gave me a more stable stand, I think, because before I used to make the circle really narrow and it was really wobbly. This is a lot more sturdy. These are really thin. I mean, these are a lot thinner than like the stuff he uses and the wire hangers. These are even thinner than the wire hangers. So it helps because it's easier to put them in the cracks of the figure and everything. Crack. But it's also, it makes them more wobbly too. But they work good. I'm going to make a lot more of those triangle ones. I think they're easier to hide and it just works out really well. So got some Transformer Prime figures. These are on loan from a friend of mine. He's a huge Transformers fan and I didn't even know he collected figures. Actually, he came across one of my videos on YouTube and he doesn't live far from here. He lives about maybe a half an hour away. So I went over there. I should have shot some footage of it, but I went over there and saw some of his collection. He only collects Transformers, but the stuff he does have is just awesome. And these are all Transformer Prime figures. This is a Voyager, Megatron, Voyager, Starscream, and just the regular package Soundwave with the laser beak. You know, they come in these here. So he gave me all these. He wanted me to, here's the other package, and then this one. So yeah, anyways, he wants me to repaint them all. So he saw some of my custom work videos and he's like, hey man, can you paint this guy a metallic silver? And I don't know why it's a bronze, but he wants that silver. Then same thing with Starscream, and he wants like a metallic blue on the Soundwave. So they were all mint on card. You know, he told me just take them, open them, have fun opening them, and he told me I could take some pictures and stuff like that. So that's what I did. I took a couple pictures of them, and yeah, these guys are awesome. For payment for doing this, he's gonna give me another Starscream and a Soundwave, and I believe he said he was going to give me either a Megatron or an Optimus Prime, whichever one I wanted. So I think I'll probably take the Megatron and just, you know, get my Decepticons going. I already do have, oh God, I forgot what I even have now. I know I got some of the Prime figures. I think it's just Bumblebee and Ratchet, but they're still mock somewhere. Oh, and RC, I got an RC. But anyways, so yeah, these guys are really awesome. I'm going to have fun painting them, and it's going to be something new. I like the light piping through the Megatron here. I got a finger light in the back, so I had it just shining through. The eyes even, I got too much light in there. But anyways, the disappointment on this figure right here, this Soundwave, is there's no light piping through his face at all. It really sucks, but that is an awesome figure. I'm really looking forward to getting that one. They're all very cool. So the only thing about the Voyager figures is the Starscream, when you stand him up straight, he's the exact same size as Megatron, which I just don't think is right. But having him crouched over like this, I think it's more in scale. Soundwave is smaller, a lot smaller in the show. So that show was awesome, by the way. You guys should go check that out. I was just watching the trailer to the new video game. I think it's Avengers United or something. I don't even know what the name of it is. I think it's only going to be on like Wii and Kinect or something like that. I mean, I know nothing about the game at all. I just thought the trailer was really dope, so it inspired me to do a little A.C.B.A. It had Wolverine versus Venom in it. And so here I just got Venom pushing Wolvie down to the ground, saying he's in control. Wolvie slashing him and saying control. Like, you know, I wish it was a question mark at the end. It would look cooler, I think. I don't know if you can see that. It says we are in control. So we were talking about you know, cutouts on the Facebook page and everything, and you know, just trying to give some of the new guys some advice and stuff like that. And my biggest piece of advice is cut your stuff close and make sure that you know, you're using the right cutout for the right situation. I'm not quite sure if this is coming across as a slashing noise like foosh or something, fash. I don't know. I probably could have came with something better than this right here, like a foosh or a slash. If I had a slash, that would be really nice. But yeah, you know, and here it's like Venom's. This is really a cutout from a Venom comic, so you got the black and white. And you know, when you're using Asgardians, they have different text, and like Iron Man has a different text and everything. So, you know, it's not always necessary that you do stuff like that, but it sure does make a difference when you are looking at displays. So just keep that kind of stuff in mind. And then any other tips that you really want to know, go check out the A.C.B.A. Community channel on YouTube. I mean, there's tons of tutorials on everything. I did a cutout one. Configure did a cutout tutorial, and I think I have something else on my page with cutouts too, and how to use it with the wax and all that kind of stuff. So just a little talking about it. And I did get asked one time about what I'm using for backdrop. This is just a huge piece of construction paper that I didn't cut, because sometimes I like to put like a big scene in it, and I really like the red. The red is definitely my favorite. I just think it puts through a lot of emotion, I guess you could say. And here I tried to get pictures so that it kind of looks like they're still up in the air. You know, I mean, obviously he's on the ground there. You can tell by the shadows, but because it's all red background and I just fold it under, of course, it kind of looks like they're still suspended in air. But anyways, something else I'd like to bring up too. Here there's absolutely no lighting. Now, the lighting I've been using lately has been a duller light. Well, that's the sunlight coming through, but there's just the dull light. I'll turn that on. So there is, and it's more of a like a yellowish light instead of the fluorescent. Now let me turn that back off. And then I've been using these tap lights too. These give like a real nice glow. Gives the picture a really warm feeling. So there, I got two of them up right there. Now, I had been using a lot of fluorescent lights and LEDs and stuff like this. Oh, this one's going dead. Like this one here. If it wasn't going dead. Okay, there we go. So that's what I've been using for a lot of my pictures, but I really am starting to like the warmth of the yellow lights better. I'm leaning towards these a lot more than the fluorescent. Now I still use the finger lights, of course, and I got some up here. And turn them on. So there's a red one pointing at it, and there's a blue. And then I'll bring some of the blue ones. I always like putting blue. I don't know why. It's just my color. And I'll put some in there. But then I'll mix in the warmth of these tap lights. Bring it into play. And there. I really like it a lot more than the LED lights at this time. I mean, I go back and forth all the time with lighting, and I always try something new when I see it. But I get tired of seeing the same type of picture all the time, so I always am constantly changing my stuff up. But now, just a little talk about lighting. These tap lights are really, really easy to use too. You know, you can angle them in different ways. You can put something under it and brace it and just move it around. But anyways, and real cheap too. I got 3 of them for $2 at the dollar store. Here I bought an MU purchase, which is pretty rare for me. This is the 3 3/4 inch Avenger box set, Avenger comic collection. And got the Iron Man, Loki, and Hawkeye, which is actually pretty cool. I'll probably take him out of that package. The other 2 I really don't care about. And the Loki's face is like messed up. It looks like he fell off his bike and's got a road rash on his cheeks and chin and nose, and I don't know if everybody else's is like that, but just a repaint from the Frost Giant. And I mean, we've seen that one a million times. I'm not sure if this was this type of figure in 3 3/4 inch already, single carded. I'm not quite sure, but the whole reason I bought it was for the Hulk. This figure is beyond nice. I mean, this thing is just super sick. The only thing I really wish it had was some hinges on the wrist. Other than that, I have nothing bad to say about this figure. By far, this is my favorite MU figure, hands down. You know, no particular reason other than I really like the Hulk, and I just really like the sculpt of the figure and the articulation. I think it's real nice. Here's a setup I did for the 1/18th universe. What a pain in the ass setup this was. It's outnumbered, and I just got Snake Eyes versus all these hand ninjas. Here I got ML, you know, in the back, kind of give it a different perspective with some MST. And then I brought it up here. Got one on the wire, another one on the wire. Snake Eyes just in the middle of hell. And Snake Eyes and 4 of these other ninjas are all up on one stand. I just bent it. Let's see if I can get it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but anyways, let's see. Yeah, his kneecap right there is just hanging on to the stand, and then I got a rubber band around that one attached to a stand right there. See how it's bent? Kind of follow it a little bit there. So it comes up, bends over, goes up again. So, and then that one's hanging on by his kneecap. This guy right here. So one stand with 4 figures on it. That's how light these G.I. Joes and MUs are. And I got shaky hands right now because this took me forever to set up. But yeah, and then I got Snake Eyes, or I'm sorry, Storm Shadow up on one stand. And the way I got his head back like that is I just put a piece of wax and just put the head on top of it. And he's sharing a stand with another ninja in the back there also. So, and then this guy just got up on the wire. Him on the wire. Some more stand work coming through the foam here, just to help stand those guys up. The Legends were actually harder to stand than the 3 3/4 inch. These took me forever to stand up, just because it's not on a sturdy base really. It's old packaging, just to lift it up so I could get a good shot like that. And I'll take some pictures of this too. Doing this custom Megatron, work in progress. I painted the chest area and the bottom of the legs already. So all I'm doing is base coating it in black and then putting a metallic silver on top. And the paints I'm using, base coat paint is just a Chaos Black Citadel, and then a metallic silver from Citadel also. And then I got these too. This is like a different color metallic, so I've been hitting it just lightly on the top with these two. These are both 2 different colors, so it's gonna end up having different shades. And then let me get the picture here, and you can really see the difference. See, this is the original paint here. Let me get closer. Yeah, there's the original, and then there's what I've been doing. I need to hit a little bit more silver on there, but I'm trying to get it to look as much as I can like this picture here. So I think it's coming along pretty well. Yeah, and then you can see like in here where it gets like it's got battle damage, like scratched and stuff. So I'll hit that with like a light silver, a non-metallic silver, and I got that up there somewhere. So it's actually going to end up having 1, 2, 3, 4 shades of silver on it, and then black. And I already did the head too. Anyways, I got in there a little bit and got the teeth white. Let's see if I can get in there. I'm not going to get it enough, but you can see on the picture there his teeth are white. So I got that. And then I made the faceplate a little bit darker than the rest. It's hard to see on my camera, but yeah, so this one's going to go out to my buddy, and then he gave me another one already, and I have to paint that up for myself. And then once I finish that, you know, I got these other two here, the Voyager Starscream and just the RID, whatever, Soundwave. Those two will be easier to paint, I think. I'm just going to hit them with like a battle damage thing. So he hasn't given me those two for myself yet, but I'll be getting them pretty soon as payment. Finished the Megatron. I think it came out really, really good, actually. The only thing left I have to do is transform it when the paint completely dries and make sure I didn't miss any spots. There's a fine line between dry brushing and making it look like you missed some paint, so I want to make sure I got everything I can. Here's the back. I think the back's got a lot of detail, actually. It's just you can never really tell because of that Happy Meal toy look. Daddy Ivo was saying that it reminded him of a McDonald's Happy Meal toy, and I totally agree. I mean, before the paint job, so yeah. I mean, there's a lot of detail in here. I'm sure it looks pretty cool as a plane too. So I haven't even transformed it yet, so I don't even know what it looks like. But yeah, the only thing else I have to do is paint the gun. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do if I'm going to take it apart. Try to make it as accurate to the TV show as I could. I know in the TV show the blade is on the top of his gun. Here it's on the bottom, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I might try to do something different. I don't know. But yeah, so that's it for Megs. And then I also did Starscream, and I think he came out pretty good. Now I didn't do as much painting on him. I only really painted the chest plate. You know, I did the same thing as Megatron, black and then a gray metallic dry brush. I painted the horn red because it was gray. It was the color of those on his leg. And then I did a dry brush of silver all over, you know, the metallic silver to make it look like there was wear and tear going through them. Because the paint job on him was pretty good, actually. It wasn't bad. The inside of his stomach there was blue. It should be red, according to the TV show, so I switched it to red. And then I still have to do a little bit more on him, but I'll have to wait to transform him because he's more he's got a lot more detail and he's more intricate than Megatron. Megatron's like solid. He's lanky and he's got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, and I also painted his rockets. They were just a solid gray, and I painted those red and dry brushed the tip and the back of it. I think these came out real nice. So they're still kind of drying, but I can pop it on real quick. So yeah, I like the way that came out. It's a lot better as red. And the lighting in here sucks, but anyways. And then I also finished the Soundwave, and he came out real nice too. And all I did with him was the dry brush. That's all I did. Called my buddy up and I told him, like, hey, this one's already got pretty nice paint job. So do you really want me to mess with it? And he's like, no, just do whatever you do, you know. So, and when I say dry brush, let me just show you guys real quick what I do. I still actually have to finish the laser beak. Take the brush, dip it in the paint, you know, and then wipe it off on a piece of paper or something, so there's barely anything on there, and then I just hit the edges where there would be like wear. And I mean, it literally takes me like 3 minutes to do it. I mean, it's not even hard at all. I don't know why Hasbro doesn't just take a little bit more time. I mean, I know why, because, you know, they're trying to mass produce these things, but
I should have took a before picture of him. I think he came out nice with all that little wear and tear. I did that to my I Am Patriot figure too, and it came out really good. And then if you ever got too much that you put on, I mean, while it's still wet, you could just scratch it off or take some rubbing alcohol and it comes right off. And of course, before you paint, like not on that where you dry brush, but like the Megatron, I use this to sand it. It's just a nail file I took from my girlfriend. You know, I also have sanding paper. Where is it? Right there. But yeah, so that's it.